Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of SA Vlogs where we are finally beginning our France road trip. So, stay tuned to find out where all you can go in France. In this vlog, you'll get to know more about Fontainebleu and Dijon. You'll get to know about the chateaus that we explored, the amazing places where we had breakfast and lunch, and finally ending the day at an amazingly old mustard factory. So, to know all of that, stay tuned. Let's go! Good morning, everyone. It's our day 2 in France, and we are getting out of Paris today.
It's not day 2, day 3, right?
Day 1 was half a travel, so it's day 2 and a half.
But still,
It's day 3. It's day 3. It's day 3 in France, and we are getting out of Paris today. We'll be coming back to Paris after about 10 days or so. We'll be spending another 3 days here, but here on is where our road trip begins.
right. I think we never told you guys that we're going to do a road trip through like south of France, right?
Yeah, we're gonna be doing the entire of south of France and then covering a bit of western France. Yeah. And we also have another country to go to.
Yeah. So we've taken this car as we showed you, Euro car and
Europe car. I mean, I was wrong.
Europe car.
Yes.
And मतलब इसी गाड़ी के साथ we started from the airport and we're going to drop it at the airport. So whole time we'll have the car and we're going to do some long distance travel as well. So
yes,
really excited. We are long like road trip sort of people, so it's a great opportunity. Only thing is that Akshay is the only one driving, so
you feel bad about it.
No, I mean it does get a little tiring, so we need to ensure that we are on time, that we reach places at a certain time so that we can reach our next Airbnb on time. All of that, like, we need to ensure. So I think it's time for us to go.
Yes.
So that we make it in good time.
So absolutely, and our first destination is a small town called Fontainebleu. It's roughly about 50 kilometers from here, and it'll take us about an hour to reach. And it's got an amazing chateau and a amazing sort of wilderness around it. There are a lot of trails over there. I don't know whether in this monsoon season whether we'll be able to take the trails, but we're excited to find out. So let's kickstart our road trip. Yes. Right, as Sangeeta said, it's going to be a long road trip. As per my estimates, we will be covering anywhere between 3,800 to 4,000 kilometers in this entire France trip of ours. So I'm really excited. Let's go. So yeah, we are off to Fontainebleu with this beautiful view welcoming us onto the highways of France. And honestly, guys, the drive experience on these roads is such a treat for anyone who loves driving. But given that this is a weekday, we soon encountered something that we always dread when we are in Bombay. Getting all the Mumbai vibes here in France. Traffic seems insane. Not much of a difference. जो लोग सोचते हैं कि बाहर traffic नहीं होती है, the other side of the road, our side of the road, completely choked. Not being able to really take advantage of the German car that I'm driving. पर क्या कर सकते हैं? The view makes up for it. It seems like a very bad accident is what was holding up the traffic. As I'm speaking, you will now see the view of the accident. Both the cars seem to be in a very bad condition. But now we are back to our earlier speeds. We are racing through the highways of France on our way to Fontainebleu. So here we go. ले लो.
बैठे हैं, चलाए, ले रहे, ले लो
क्या वीडियो में आया, हम बोले ले मतलब, और मतलब वीडियो मतलब फ्रेम में आया ले लो। ओह नो।
यस, कितना अच्छा बात करते हो, Fontainebleu ले लो।
Well, as you saw, road trips do bring out the funny and quirky side in me and Sangeeta.
Yeah, I think we spend a lot of time just having fun, and because you have your own mode of transport, you are pretty relaxed. Like in case of a public transport, with tickets, with getting into the right kind of train or bus and things like that, and you need to be on high alert because we keep hearing about a lot of like theft and things like that happening, especially in France. But when you have your own car, you are relaxed, you are chilled, you can put on your own music and just be yourself and spend time with each other. But Akshay, I think one of the questions that invariably is asked to us is how expensive is it to rent a car? So if we compare, then what would you say? What are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so I think we did do, a very quick math when we were deciding whether to take a car or, to opt for public transport. And I think the math that we did added up to the fact that the renting a car is about 1.2 to 1.5 times more expensive than, taking trains or taking the bus. But definitely cheaper than taking flights within the country as well. And we felt that just by virtue of the added experience that Sangeeta, the things that she just pointed out, that you're more relaxed, you're not always on high alert, you don't have to reach the railway station at a particular time to catch a train, you can absolutely take it easy, you're not bound by time. So you can wake up at whatever time you want, you can leave whenever you want, you can start your day at whatever time you want, and it makes for a more relaxed vacation altogether. So I think that luxury kind of, justifies that added expenditure of having a rental car. But definitely that's not the only way to explore a country, and of course, you can absolutely take the public transport as well. We are on our part, because I like driving and Sangeeta loves road trips, is why we rent a car. And yes, before we knew it, we had reached Fontainebleu. So we've reached Fontainebleu, and that's what the estate exactly looks like. So what you're seeing right now is this front facade. They call the Côte d'Honneur, and basically we're going to explore this region and then the Jardins Anglais, and of course we might see some ducks from what I hear in the lake out here. So beautiful chateau, and before we get into the chateau, I must implore you guys to appreciate the beauty of this beautiful old town. I don't know how many of you have seen like blue clouds. What color clouds are these?
These are, I don't know, like red robin blue, that sort of color.
And the way it's
Turquoise.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, that's
I've never seen something like this.
and the way it's like just like blending into the grey above, right? Very
Never
pretty.
seen something like this.
Yeah. Okay, चलो देखते हैं. उधर लग रहा है राइट साइड में.
The most important part, मतलब ये लिखा हुआ नहीं है पर मुझे पता है, is this horseshoe shaped ये जो stairs है सबसे फेमस है. But this is very classic of Renaissance architecture.
Okay.
दोनों तरफ से देखा होगा तुमने, दोनों तरफ से उतरते हैं लोग. Horseshoe वाला. इसको ऑन करना. So the staircase that you are seeing right now, it is the main
way through which we can reach the museum that is there, that has Napoleon's museum. And the staircase is very iconic because this was the last creation, like architectural creation, that was done, after which Napoleon was dethroned, and this is the last bit that was created. So this whole chateau is basically a celebration of Napoleon, in the sense that during French Revolution, the whole chateau was kind of almost spoiled because people had taken out all the things that were there in the chateau. So when Napoleon became the emperor, he decided that he's going to, make this chateau go back to its glory and ensure that the beauty of the chateau is brought back. So it literally took him 19 days to get all the furniture from Paris, get all the gold, and make this chateau beautiful again. So it is his, intention that kind of has made the chateau what it is today. And so there is a specific wing that is there for him, with which celebrates him and shows all the beautiful furniture, architecture that he brought into the chateau. This painting was done during Coronation Day. So in December, he coronated himself in Notre Dame in Paris, and that is the time this painting has been made. He's wearing his coronation robes, and what is also peculiar is the way he's looking into the eyes of the viewer in this painting. It's almost like people say that it's like his eyes are almost electric, and he's wanting you to look into them and understand his power and stature. Quite interesting. So the mantle on which there is an eagle, and the way he's wearing almost a crown of wreath, this painting also shows us that what he wanted himself to be known as, because this eagle and this wreath is very synonymous with Roman succession and Roman emperor, almost recalling Caesar. So through this coronation and this painting, he was also trying to tell that he is the successor of the great Roman Empire and French as well. So that's quite interesting how he wanted people to look and think of him. It's ironic because this chateau is the one that kind of gave him all the glory and took it back, because if you see the horseshoe staircase that is there at the entrance, that was the staircase from which Napoleon again ironically, or rather iconically, walks down and goes into exile. So it's quite ironic. ये जलवा
After that rather impromptu but unintended fashion show, we made our way to Jardin Anglais, which roughly translates to English garden. And you guys know what is the most amazing aspect about this garden? Okay, let me remind you to the previous shot where you would have seen the gardens in front of the Fontainebleu front facade, right? They were extremely structured, they were square in, in its structure, and almost geometric in a way. And when you see this garden, Jardin Anglais, you can see that it's very unstructured. It's almost as if nature is doing its own thing and has been allowed to kind of beautify this entire scene all by itself. And that is what the English style of gardens were like, right? There is an entire natural beauty and wilderness around it. There are these winding lanes which are not man-made at all, which is in deep contrast to, again, the lawns that you saw in front of the facade of Fontainebleau. And therefore that's the main difference in the way the French and even the Italian perceive the gardens, which are more structured, and the way English perceive their gardens, which is again less structured, less man-made, and more in line with how nature deemed it to be, right? And just the fact that there is an English garden in one of the main chateaus of France is revolutionary in itself. We encountered a few swans and ducks, very, very humble, very calm, serene creatures. And overall, the entire experience at Fontainebleau was very, very wholesome and one of the best ways to start off a road trip. So yeah, we had a lot of fun. Do add it to your itinerary if you're, visiting Fontainebleau. Well, roaming the Chateau of Fontainebleau got us extremely hungry, and we made our way to a bakery in Fontainebleau, which is called Le Fournil de Fontainebleau, which is essentially French for Fontainebleau Bakery. Sangeeta quickly popped in and got us a couple of things to eat. We got a croissant, we got a pain au chocolat, we got a La Graine Poulet, which is a chicken sandwich, and Sangeeta, we also got this. What was this called?
Some biscotti pizza thing. It was yum.
And of course, I can't do without my Coke.
Looks like I'm not the only one who drinks Coke.
Felt like drinking today. I don't know what it is called. I've noted it down.
Okay.
But it's so good.
Almost looks like you're in pain, but okay.
So quick food review here. The La Graine Poulet, which is a chicken sandwich, was definitely amazing here. In fact, better than Paul's in Louvre. And even the biscotti pizza that Sangeeta was having was amazingly tasty. So after that quick and tasty breakfast, we made our move from Fontainebleau towards the second destination of the day, which was Dijon. And once again, guys, the views of the drive were so beautiful. So I'll leave you here to enjoy these views while Sangeeta tells you a little bit more about Dijon and its history.
So I think most of us know Dijon from Dijon mustard because it's internationally known as the place where mustard originated. But that's not the only reason why Dijon is famous. So it's also known as the gastronomy capital of France, and that purely comes from, I think, two major dishes. One is beef bourguignon, which is like a beef stew in red wine. We do not consume beef, so we couldn't taste it. In case you are going there, make sure you taste that. And the other thing is escargot. So escargot is basically snails, and it's consumed a lot throughout France, but it's known that historically it originated in Dijon. And finally, I think food is an aspect, but the biggest reason why Dijon is known is for its history and architecture. So Dijon has a very rich history which is kind of connected to the Roman history and the Renaissance period. So there is a big
medieval Renaissance city center in the middle of the city. And there are other key landmarks like I think the Palace of Dukes of Burgundy, and yeah, there's also I think a Church of Notre Dame, and all of these Gothic architecture kind of make the city a very good amalgamation of food and culture.
Absolutely, and obviously cramming all of that in within a 6 hour trip to Dijon would not be possible. But we do intend to take you to some of the best places and some of the best experiences. So hang in there and enjoy these views and sounds of our first few minutes in Dijon. And since it's a 3 hour drive from Fontainebleau to Dijon, I definitely needed a bit of time off to just like relax, and no better place than Jardin Darcy to do that. It's one of the biggest gardens in Dijon.
Jardin, Akshay. It's Jardin, not Jardin.
Jardin.
Yes.
Right, I really can't get my French pronunciations right. It's an extremely
Complicated language for sure.
as far as pronunciation is concerned.
Yeah, but they're very particular about it.
Yeah. But yeah, as I was saying, great place to blow some steam. If especially like in my case, when I had driven around 3 hours, it's extremely beautiful. And on the off chance that you're married to a beautiful woman, you've got amazing company as well.
While we were sitting and relaxing, we saw, because this is a public garden, there were a lot of people with their dogs and just people coming in and resting because it was a sunny day. And a lot of people came in to kind of get water from the fountain.
Yeah, and I think spaces like these are something that I at least absolutely miss, in Mumbai. You really don't have such big gardens, and of course, crowd is something you can't really, hope for or manage. But just having these garden spaces where you can just relax, go for a cycle ride, just sit, bask in the sun is something that is hard to come by, and therefore makes for an amazing experience if you're in Dijon.
Very true, very true. And look at the color of the trees. Like, I am such a big nature lover, and looking at those trees and all the different hues of green really got me excited. And that against the blue sky made for a beautiful view. So let me tell you a little bit about this Jardin Darcy, and it's originally was designed and created in the 19th century and is named after this person Henry Darcy, and he was a famous engineer who's known for his work in hydrogeology. Now, why this Jardin is named after him is because he really helped the city to come out of a lot of water issues that Dijon was having. And in the 19th century, his contribution, his scientific contribution and engineering contribution helped the city a lot, so they named this garden after him.
Right outside Jardin Darcy is the Guillaume Gate, which is French for William's Gate, a structure which was built in the 12th century to pay homage to the governor of Burgundy then. And while it has similarities to the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, the history of Guillaume Gate is not as interesting, which is why we didn't spend a lot of time here. We just clicked a few pictures and then finally took to the streets of Dijon.
Wow, now that is a view. Yeah. Everything is a view, right? You go
city. I think my Dijon is my favorite city. My favorite town.
ये है तुम्हारा नोट्रे डाम.
Et voici donc, 3,50 s'il vous plaît.
बहुत गर्म है.
हाँ
नहीं खाऊंगी, बहुत गर्म है. रुक जाओ, वो लिटरली तवे से निकाला.
2 seconds later.
How's it? Steel drum.
For the mustard that you can find only in this shop and the one in Paris.
Right.
I have honey and balsamic vinegar.
Okay.
I have the blue cheese mustard,
Wow.
the blackcurrant mustard, and after over there on chat, we also have 6 different recipes. I show you.
What is the plain mustard like?
It's over there. We have 3 recipes for the classic one. All made with white wine. The softest one is the whole grain mustard with Chardonnay. The mild one is also with Chardonnay white wine, but no seeds. And that one with regular white wine is the strongest one. So it depends. How do you like it? Yes, you take a stick. You're welcome. Monsieur, vous souhaitez quelques renseignements?
Mais ils auront. Bah, si tu veux encaisser, j'ai un petit
Chardonnay का taste है.
I will. You have.
miel d'ancien.
Un petit miel à l'ancienne. You only take 4 of them because
don't have that.
also we have
It's too strong and I will cry now.
price when
Oh, you choose the jar and they'll fill it.
you want to try something from Dijon. We have the blackcurrant liqueur to taste if you're interested in.
so much room.
You want to try? So 49.40 please.
Only found here and in Paris in one of the shops. That's it.
How expensive? कितना महंगा?
8.4 for this.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Like it a lot. Like it a lot. Like a balsamic glaze.
I like it.
Lovely. Let's take it. No cheese if you like. बहुत थोड़ा बहुत hard.
No. This is good.
Where do you use it?
Oh, it's a classic
really
one.
because it doesn't.
So you can
it
use
doesn't
it
leak
for
or
sandwich. You can
something.
do a
It's actually-
sauce, sandwiches,
I can get like a
on your
scratch
plate
on the
also
fork.
for your meats.
So I want to go with
The medium one in the green color?
yes.
Yes? Okay.
Green color? Which color actually? 1 second. I think green is a good color. So medium is which size? This is the medium.
The medium one.
And which is this? The small one?
Is that one?
Are these the molds in which these are made?
What are these? This is in what the pottery make the jars, in fact.
Oh.
Yes. I don't know the name in English. In French, it's moule.
Okay. All right.
You're from?
India.
India. Okay. And you travel in France only, or you?
Yes, so we're doing a road trip. So we
Yes.
started from Paris and now we are going to Provence, Burgundy, all the areas. And then little bit of Italy as well. We've been to Italy before, so we'll do Florence and a bit of that.
Okay.
And then come back.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a long
That's a nice
Yeah.
journey and trip. Yes. But the weather is not the best in that season.
But we love that season.
You like?
The
Oh,
rain
yeah.
and the cold is something which is very nice.
Okay, so very good.
Yeah.
Non, il n'y a rien à payer. Ah, d'accord. So I protect it very well.
Perfect.
Like
Perfect.
this is very safe. So it's 54 euro and 60 cents, please.
Sure.
Any recipes?
Done. That would be lovely.
Voilà.
Oh, how nice.
Voilà. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
So have a nice journey here.
Yes.
Enjoy your trip.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Merci.
Merci.
So that was an extremely wholesome experience, choosing your own mustard after the elaborate tasting. And a quick tip, guys, from us, that wherever you travel to, while you do get souvenirs in the forms of magnets, keychains, and tabletop pieces, we recommend that you should get some edible or food from wherever you visit, because when the flavor of that hits your taste buds once you're back to your hometown, the nostalgia that it creates of the trip that you've taken is very different, and it's something that you would relish in a very, very different way. With that, our trip in Dijon was over and we took off for Prgy, which is about a 3-hour drive from Dijon, which is where our Airbnb was. Now, before I get into why our Airbnb is so far away from Dijon, quick tip on driving at night on the highways. While it looks a bit maybe worrisome, dark, and not so safe, can vouch for the fact that it's a breeze to even drive at night on the highways, because as long as you're heeding to the traffic rules, like drive in a single lane, don't try to overtake from the wrong side, keep a safe distance from the vehicle in front of you, I think with that you should be more or less sorted. I mean, this 3-hour drive was one of the easiest drives that I have made in France. And very soon we had reached our Airbnb, a very cute, comfortable, cozy space. Not too big, but not too small either. It had a small kitchen. We picked up some McDonald's on the way because there wasn't any other restaurant open at that time of the night, and we called it a day. And the reason we put up at Pragi is because it's very close to the Italian border, and our next day was marked for a trip to Florence in Italy. So stay tuned and come back for the next vlog to find out what all you can do in Florence, which are the places you can visit. And we did go to an outlet mall in Florence as well. So stay tuned until the next vlog. Toodles!